Alright everyone, before we get into today's main topic, let me just make a quick suggestion for the ball and chain build that I recently released. I've increased the power by 25%, which is pretty big, and you can do it too without having to change anything in the gears. You don't have to grind for anything. You just simply have to change one aspect on the focus from gravitational. Yes, you won't have them spinny balls anymore. It won't be as fun to look at, but the damage you gain from conceited aspect will work on everything. That is 25% bonus damage to all your damage sources on Darius, Doombringer, Chain Lightning, Ball Lightning, everything. Alright? As you can see, I am melting everything down, and you're still benefiting from Ball Lightning ranks because you still have the static Ball Lightning enchantment. So, win-win. It makes the build work and it is stronger. How much stronger? Well, 25% stronger. Alright, let's get into today's topic. Sorcerer Paragon nodes are absolute dog crap. Dog shit. It's bad. Alright, they are pretty bad. And if they don't change, if we have the same Paragon nodes coming into Season 6, Sorc is gonna suffer in a big way because, well, you can only have 5 boards for Season 6. Yes, we already have crappy, shitty nodes, and we can only have 5 of them now. I mean, honestly, I just used 2, I think, on my build, but yeah, I wish it was stronger, alright? Because the way we get our damage right now is we stack our glyphs. We get 8 boards and put the glyphs in it. For rogues, they don't even need to do that. They could just get 6 boards and get the Paragon nodes. Because their Paragon nodes affect the damage of a lot of builds and a lot of skills. Not just one particular, or not just one particular element, right? Us, it's element. Theirs, I think it's like core, basic, and I don't know, imbuements or whatever. But they all kind of synergize better than our Paragon nodes. Alright, let's get into it. First one, and probably the worst one, is Enchantment Master. Yes, 20% bonus to your enchantments is a joke. Alright, nobody is gonna pick that. Nobody gets that. That whole board is garbage, and we only use it as a glyph board that connects to a different board, basically using a few points into it, right? Yeah, Blizzard, I get the idea, but nobody is gonna ask for 20% or want 20% bonus to their enchantment. Let me just give you an example. Ball Lightning enchantment gives you 25% chance on a critical strike for a static ball to come out. 20% will increase it to 30%. 5% increase is laughable. It is a joke, alright? If you really want people to consider even getting that node, which will actually make a lot of sense, just make Enchantment Master 100%. It would open the game up to so many different builds. You don't understand. You will make so many sorcerers happy because you're gonna make build diversity a thing. You, a lot more people will not opt to pick like Firebolt, or maybe they still will, but Ice Blades won't be as popular, and your enchantments on your other skills are gonna matter a lot more, and they might even deal more damage. I mean, just imagine it, alright? Just imagine the creativity that you can do with 100% in Enchantment Master. That is probably the biggest change they should consider. Alright? For the Ice Blades enchant, I know it's already OP, but nerf that thing to the ground. Or make it so that it's so nerfed that when you have Enchantment Master Paragon node, it brings it back to normal. Right? Just cut the efficiency by half, and then when you have the node, make it the way it is right now. Right? That's a quick fix for that OP-ness. Alright, next up, the next useless one and dog crap one is Ceaseless Conduit. Alright, Crackling Energy is a joke. It is pretty damn weak. I know there is a Rage Gaming build, props to him, man. Like, I get it. It was really tempting to make that build too, because I actually thought about it too with when I got that amulet as a Dora something. Um, yeah, he tried it. It did pretty well for like hit 100 bosses and stuff like that, and for fun build, good job. However, if a lot of people, a lot of people don't care if a build is fun. They just want to play what's strong. And unfortunately, Crackling Energy is just so weak. I know that Season 6 is going to focus a lot on stat points, and having a lot of int might just make that build go crazy. So there is that to think about. However, I don't think that they will maintain this crazy main stat gain from the Paragon boards. If ever, it might just, I think it will be cut in half, because I've seen that Druid 8,000 willpower stat one. That one's crazy. I saw it on the Paragaming video. I saw it on a Rob video reacting to a Paragaming video. So yeah, a lot of steps to see that. Anyway, yeah, that Paragon node sucks as well. Next one that sucks, which a lot of people actually like, is, I think it's called Conjuration Master, or if I think it's Elemental Summoner. Yeah, it's the one where the cooldown of your conjuration skills and the cost of it is less. And I think they deal extra damage, but let's be real, guys. Right now, conjuration damage is not strong. I mean, you guys already know, Lightning Spear doesn't even use conjuration, the conjurations for the damage. It really comes from the splintering aspect, right? So, I mean, yeah, it helps a little bit, but it's not big enough of a multiplier for it to matter, especially if you're not running splintering. You don't really feel it. So, it's not really worth investing. I think you need about 6 points or 8 points to reach that node if you're passing through the glyph. Yeah, who knows, guys? Who knows? It might be strong because there are familiars coming up, but I still think it's weak and I don't like it. Alright, the next one that I think is pretty bad, and unfortunately I use it for my builds. Static Surge. Static Surge is nice because it makes everything vulnerable. However, that's where that's all it does. And you get 10% mana back. Nice, but I mean that doesn't do anything for damage, in my opinion. I think a nice boost to that Paragon board node would be really simple. Just give us a multiplier to vulnerable damage, maybe a 30% increase, or 30% times multiplier to vulnerable damage, depending on how much vulnerable you have. So maybe it reaches up to 60, but that might be too strong. Maybe just make it 30, so that it makes people think about running more vulnerable stats or balancing out vulnerable and crit, not just pure crit, right? So yeah, it's something to think about, and that might be interesting for some people as well. The next dog crap one, which I think might actually be strong in the next season, Burning Instinct. Alright, the times 80 multiplier for burning damage, that one's pretty strong. That's the biggest multiplier right now besides Ceaseless Conduit, but it's working on a crappy skill, Crackling Energy. Burning Instinct has potential, and I think dots might just be a thing next season. Here's hoping, here's coping. Let's see what happens. Next one, honestly, Icefall. Icefall isn't too bad, but then again, you are limited to only ice builds with this one, which I'm okay with. I mean, if every single Paragon node would be beneficial for all skills, that wouldn't be the best. Maybe I think maybe like 5 out of 8 would be good, or 6 out of 8 would be good, so that you have more options. But yeah, Icefall is pretty weak because they have to be frozen, and once they're not frozen, then the multiplier is less. If they just remove the whole frozen thing, then I think it would be better. I think because it's like vulnerable. It has to be, it's vulnerable based as well. So I think that's a pretty nice buff to it. The frozen aspect, the requirement, just remove it. All right, or you could change it. But yeah, no, just remove it. Just make it vulnerable. Remove the whole CC stuff. That's another thing that I really want to talk about in a different video. The whole CC requirement for damage for sorcerer. It's annoying. Alright, for the next node, which is actually a pretty decent node, but I have no experience at all using this one. Searing Heat. Searing Heat, on paper, looks really strong, and I feel like it is. I mean, Firebolt is amazingly powerful. It is the strongest sorcerer build for pits. Honestly, I think it is the strongest build, period, because you could use it for any content, alright? Fireball. Again, I have to shout out Roxy. I think she was the one that made it. The Fireball Vox Omnium combo is just really awesome. I mean, I think shoots like a Gatling gun. Yeah, it's strong. So, Searing Heat, Paragon node, I'm sure plays a part in that. I did not check out the build, I just saw the video. But yeah, it is a strong Paragon node. Finally, 1 out of 7 so far. Last but not the least, and it is the absolute best one. It is the only S tier node in my opinion because it works on every build. You use it on every build and it does well with every build. Searing Heat, you can only use it for Pyromancy, which doesn't qualify it as an S tier. Only this one will. Frigid Fate. Frigid Fate is just the best skill ever. I mean, node ever. 60% damage multiplier when stuff is vulnerable. It makes my Chain Lightning build work. It makes Ball Lightning work. It makes everything work. It is such a powerful Paragon node that I hope they don't touch anymore. I mean, that's fine. 60%, okay. You can use that. That's good. Don't touch it anymore. Just let us have that. Sorcerers already have like such bad Paragon nodes. As stated, 6 out of 8 Paragon nodes are dog crap and 2 are good. I mean, that's pretty bad, alright? However, on this video, I think I was able to shed some light on how Blizzard could improve our Paragon nodes. One specifically, I think has the biggest potential to make things fun and actually revolutionize the sorcerer into becoming a more fun and creative and, you know, more build diversity class, is improving Enchantment Master. If you can imagine 100% bonus to your enchantments, it's gonna make it so fun. I can just already see it. It's gonna make so many builds change, and we won't be running the same boring enchantments. I already made a video about this, but yeah. Alright, that's it guys. Unfortunately, it looks like for Season 6 we are still stuck with Boring Spear. I am not a meta hater at all. I like meta builds. However, I hate Lightning Spear because you actually don't need to play the game. It just plays the game for you, and what's the fun in that? Alright, that's it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel too. It really helps me out. I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.